Good morning from Bashy Creek in Alabama. This little narrow creek here was our anchorage last night. And we were here last night with 5 other boats in this little narrow passage. We could have gotten more, but just beyond those 2 boats in the distance, there's a downed tree across the river that made it pretty much impossible to get any deeper in here, but it worked out really well. Very peaceful night, really neat little spot. It's really good to get off of the main channel of the Tombigbee River. There was one other boat that joined us late last night, or yesterday afternoon, and wasn't able to come into Bashy Creek specifically. So they actually anchored across the Tombigbee to the other side, an anchorage that's called the Bashy Creek Overflow. And they've actually gone already this morning. That noise is our generator running. Have that on so we can make coffee and that kind of stuff.
Hi, we're Mark and Mel. After raising 4 amazing daughters who are now raising our 12 grandchildren and helping people on land in the real estate business for over 30 years, we're now realizing our goal of a year-long adventure cruising America's Great Loop on our boat Paradise. This is a 6,000-mile journey through waterways that include the Atlantic and Gulf Intercoastal Waterways, Great Lakes, Canadian Heritage Canals, and inland rivers of America's Midwest cities. Join us as we navigate over 100 locks, explore cities large and small, and experience an unforgettable journey through America's Great Loop.
This is one of the other boats that joined us here in this anchorage last night. That is At Sea, ampersand, letter C. Cool play on words there. They are also loopers in that little guy right there. And we had another boat that joined us. There was no room inside Bashy Creek, so they anchored directly across the way. If you look behind At Sea over there in that light color, sandy color of the shoreline of the Tombigbee River, there's a wide spot there, wide enough to anchor in, and that's where the other boat, probably a 55 or bigger Fleming, anchored there. And they're gone already this morning. And this is a little park right here at this side, and that thing you see in the foreground there is the boat ramp, small boat ramp there that people get their boats in and out to go fishing and whatnot on the Tombigbee River. A little bit of haze this morning, which is really cool. This happens a lot on these rivers. Sometimes it's a little thicker than others, and that's actually kind of fun. Sometimes it could get so bad you just have almost no visibility, which when we see that, we just stay put rather than try to get through it. What do you think?
Good morning.
Surprise!
Well, you said good morning, but I need to say good morning. And this is such a calm anchorage at Bashy Creek. For us, anyway. Did you like it?
I think it was calm for everybody. There were 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boats here total in this narrow creek.
6 boats.
We'll probably have some video of the actual anchorage rather than just us sitting here as well. So
yeah, we'll show you that. And we used our stern anchor for the first time. So that, well, our extra anchor. It's not really a stern anchor, but it's our extra.
That's probably all we'll use it for.
Yeah. So it's good we have that. And then, so now we're trying to figure out. This is that section of river that doesn't have marinas anymore, really. Bobby's Fish Camp, which is a dock, and it's got, I guess, electric, but it doesn't.
Electric and water. So there's really nothing else to do there other than be docked.
And it's first come, first serve.
And it's only 25 miles away, so we're debating whether we're going to only go 25 miles today or try to go further.
And if we go
so
further,
this is our morning planning session. That's what's happening.
Morning planning, yes. And this is such a cool place to do it too. It's quiet. There's no sound of any kind of motors or anything. And this is actually where there used to be there was a Choctaw Indian massacre here. Sad to say. But right now it's really calm and pleasant and nice. And the buddy boat that we met some new neighbors, and they rafted to us at the last of the night because we are closest to the end of it, the opening of it. And there's a few more boats down, so there was no more room for them to anchor, so they came up and rafted to us, and we were able to go on their deck and meet them and talk with them and have a docktail. So
a little bit bigger boat than us. Cummins diesels, I understand. Look at how we're drifting back.
Yeah, I see that.
We just pointed out that this little creek flows this way. That's the front of the boat. This is the rear of the boat. And this morning, when I got up and went out there, the anchor, we had drifted forward, like into what should be the current, and our anchor was actually pointing back, not pointing out, which would be normal here. And I was wondering if there was like this reverse current going on, and apparently there was. And apparently that just changed. You didn't see it, but I looked up and I saw the shore going that way.
Wow.
but we probably went 15, 20 feet. We're actually still moving just a little bit.
Yeah. So this is super interesting because this is the part of the area where it starts becoming brackish water. And so you get the fresh water that's going to be meeting the ocean water, and we already, those people we rafted with yesterday, what's the name of their boat?
Jackie B.
Mike and Barbara on Jackie B. Really nice. And they got a picture of the first alligator we've seen.
Yeah, it was just up around the corner on the way in here. We didn't see it, but they came in. They were probably close to an hour after us because they were going so slow, but they got a picture of it and sent us to it. We'll show that on the video too.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get to see some alligators. We'll start looking. We weren't really thinking about that, so we weren't really looking.
No, I mean, I did not think there would be alligators this soon, but we'll keep our eyes open for alligators. And so now we're trying to figure out, like, it's kind of like you want to go as far as you can, but sometimes you have to go shorter than you want in distance because there's just not a good anchorage, and that's probably what we're going to do. So we'll just enjoy the short little trips, and maybe we can get the dinghy out and explore.
Maybe.
But I don't want any alligators in our dinghy. I don't want alligators. So, but we'll try and get a picture of some.
Alligators are like coyotes in Arizona.
Yeah.
They're not going to mess with you unless you mess with them.
Okay. All right.
But again, coyotes won't mess with you if you mess with them. If you mess with them, they just run away.
That's true. That's true. We used to like watching coyotes in Arizona. So, okay. We'll show you if we see any alligators. And it just got super foggy. So we don't really want to get out on that river with barges at this point in time. And I think that's why everybody is just kind of taking a lazy morning. The only one that's left is the boat that rafted to us. There's some fishermen going out. They can get their engine going. It smells super good. Really fresh and green. What's that? Huh?
I hear an anchor windlass. Is that sea pulling their anchor up?
No, there's a fishing boat.
We were just getting ready to take off this morning and came up out of the cabin, and only to realize that a fog had kind of rolled in. And look at that, there's a tow going by. Those are the barges ahead of the tugboat, or towboat as I think they like to be called. That's how close we are to the center of the channel. Pretty poor visibility. We cannot even see the other side of the channel, which not sure just how far that is, but it's probably not much more than a quarter of a mile, if that. Well, this is interesting. We are drifting forward right now, away from the channel, so that tow that went by obviously created a push. You can see the ripples right there, and it's pushing us forward deeper into this Bashy Creek channel, which theoretically should have a current kind of pulling us toward, or pushing us toward the Tombigbee. Look at that.
Very nice Anchorage, Bashy Creek. Super nice. Nice neighbors last night too. gets lower there. It gets shallow. Then you've got, then it says a couple miles after that, 4 miles after that, if darkness is close and Old Lock 1's not available, mile 97 bar is an acceptable alternative.
Mile 97?
Mile 97 bar. It just says anchor close to the shore, just off the green marker on the shore.
Okay, yeah, that's just outside the that's on the Tombigbee, but just outside the channel.
Now, if we can make it to mile marker 63, there's no problem at Three Rivers Lake.
Oh, but that's 63 from here. What? 63 from here. What are we at? We're at 40.
We're at
41.
we're at
60 more miles. That's too far.
Too far.
So that Three Rivers is what I was most excited about.
Yeah, that's a bummer because it's just a bit too far. Well, that's not going to be... Well, then mile 97 bar looks like the best.
Yeah.
And it'll be on the channel, but it says notify the first tow you see and keep VHF on.
Turkey Creek. We just passed Turkey Creek.
Well,
what does it say about Turkey Creek?
Turkey Creek says very narrow. Larger vessels will prefer the anchorage at 123, which is...
That's further up.
That's Okatapa. We passed it.
Okatapa looked like a mini version. I looked at it. I looked right at it.
Paradise on 6-8 over.
Paradise.
We're supposed to, Sean and I will go investigate Turkey Creek. It's supposed to be narrow, but it's supposed to be good. And there were boats in that creek the last couple of nights as well. So we'll go investigate.
That sounds like the best.
Want us to let you know how it is over?
Yeah, please do. We actually just passed that, so we'll slow down here and see what you think if there's room for all three of us in there.
Yeah. Good idea.
That Odyssey out, standby 6-8 and 1-6.
So, we're not going to go through the lock. The last lock is ahead. And the problem with it is we could go through the lock, but there's really no anchorages and no more marinas. So we don't want to be on the side of this channel and have to keep the VHF radio on all night and stay out of the tows and barges way. So we'd rather maybe turn around and go back to Turkey Creek or whatever. What's that called? Turkey what?
Turkey Creek.
Turkey Creek.
Back there.
So I think that's the safest. Or it's the safest. And then we can make a good long distance tomorrow. Otherwise, we're going to be trying to find an anchorage at night.
The best option, it seems, is that 97 bar.
We're going to explore Turkey Creek. Since we have time before sunset, we're going to see what's down Turkey Creek. Okay, we are going down Turkey Creek to explore. Don't you feel like Tom Sawyer, honey?
Oh yeah.
That look.